Today is the 1st of February and my goodness, I am very much looking forward to going on a few snowdrop walks in the coming weeks. As the seasons shift forward and we move into late winter, I feel like a lot of us are feeling hope and the kind of sensation of change on the air. You can already see snowdrops and buds pushing their way up through the growth, through the hedgerows. You might even see tiny buds forming on trees, and it is just a sign that the seasons are yet again changing. Once we get through February, the nights will be so much shorter and it will be a real change I'm sure a lot of us will feel. I know a lot of us struggle in the darkness, and I do too. I become so much less productive in the winter, but we must absolutely remember that whilst we only have a few weeks left of this darkness, it is still important to embrace it and learn the lessons that this season is meant to teach us. Doing the small tasks, daily tasks, such as I am now, which is popping out and getting some milk, is super important to just kind of reset ourselves and to make sure that we're in touch with, our daily lives and what is going on around us. I think it's super important to just kind of get lost in the mundane things that we do in life and really romanticize it, enjoy it. If you're going to make a cup of coffee, wander down to your local shop and get some local milk. This is from a local farm who sells milk. I've literally walked past the field that have the cows in who make the morning milk for my coffee, and that is just so wonderful. So I do think that even in this bleak month, hope is absolutely on the horizon, and it is super important to make the most of every season in whichever beautiful way we can, no matter how small that is. One of the things that I absolutely couldn't resist doing on a Saturday, call me wild, but it was doing a good old kitchen clean. I absolutely needed to reset my space and just give everything a good scrub. I don't know about anyone else, but for me, sometimes it really gets under my skin if the kitchen isn't clean and tidy. Our house is often tidy. We do have animals, but sometimes it just doesn't feel clean. So giving everything a good scrub just makes me feel more relaxed and less kind of like my skin is itching. But one of the things I'm definitely focusing on this year is majorly moving away from a lot of chemicals and toxic cleaning products, body products, makeup, all that kind of thing. So what I'm using here is literally just white vinegar and water, which I'm spraying on absolutely everything, and it is working so well. I find it particularly works really well on the tiles and on the range because it just buffs things up to a really nice shine. Now, you do have to be a bit more careful with this on wood and on the marble chopping boards that I have, so I do use a more diluted solution for that. And I also use an all-purpose cleaner that I get from 𝐬𝐴, which again is toxic free. And I don't know, it just feels so good to be cleaning my home with products that afterwards my skin doesn't feel really dry and slightly sore, and my lungs don't feel wheezy, because I've had that before when I've cleaned with quite harsh chemicals, which is crazy. So that's absolutely something I'm focusing on this year, and something I would absolutely encourage you guys to look into. Personally, for me, it just makes me feel a lot more in control of my health and of my home, and that's really important. And for me, cleaning my house is just, I really enjoy it. Please don't tell my fiance this, but I really enjoy it. It brings me a lot of peace and a lot of serenity, and just keeping my home clean and tidy means that in respect that my brain is also clean and tidy and organized, and that just makes my week flow so much smoother, and everything just seems to be a lot more cohesive. So I am super pleased to say that we have acquired an allotment this year. I am so chuffed with this. I have always wanted to and been interested in growing my own food. I love fruits, veggies, all that kind of thing. I'm so interested in doing this. So when the opportunity came up at the end of last year to acquire this allotment in our neighbouring village, then I absolutely had to seize the opportunity with both hands. Now, this is quite a big plot, as I'm sure you will see. We were lucky enough to inherit a polytunnel here, which you're watching me struggle to get into. But this is I think it's a 75 by 35 foot plot of land, which is quite big. It doesn't sound that big, but my goodness, there is a lot to do here. So I've spent the last few months just taking everything back, pulling up and composting all of the old veg that the previous tenant had left, and just kind of taking things back to the beginning so we can start from scratch. Now, this is a huge project, and it's something I've never really done before. If I've grown my own fruit and veg, it's kind of been in my back gardens, and my back gardens have always been quite small. Hence why we managed to get a lovely big allotment. So this is going to be an ongoing project that I foresee kind of growing and developing over the years. As you can see, we have the polytunnel, which we're going to start off with, and then I would absolutely love to get some chickens. There was actually a pre-existing chicken coop there, which was just so sweet. So yeah, that's definitely part of the long-term plans for this plot, for this little allotment. But I thought I would just take it quite easy today because it was still very chilly. The ground is still quite hard, so it's quite tricky to get the spade in very deep. But I am just planting a few daffodils along the side of our allotment. It may be a little bit late, but I just think it is really important to start somewhere with these things. I definitely felt quite a lot of overwhelm when I first kind of started going to the allotment. I kind of went there with a spade and just sort of stood there for a bit, not really knowing where to start. It's definitely very overwhelming. It's definitely a really big project, but I think it's important to just remind ourselves that it's okay to feel overwhelmed. You know, we're only human, and especially when we're starting something that is completely new to us, something we've never done before, don't really have very much experience in, it's absolutely okay to just take a step back and start small. You know, start with just planting the daffodils around the edge of your allotment, so to speak. And I found that really quite soothing. It felt like I was doing something, I was being productive, and I was also just present. I was on site, and it kind of helped me just get used to the plot, used to the land, and, you know, the ideas started to flow, which is really positive. So please stay tuned, you know, watch this space for the allotment. If you have any tips or tricks on how to get going with them, I would absolutely love to hear it. I've already started planning what I would like to go in all of the beds and in all of the kind of different sections of the allotment, because it's sort of in a third. So you've got the polytunnel section, the chicken coop, which you can see there, and the shed, and then the big kind of planting area, which is covered with all of the tarp at the end, just to kill off any weeds over the winter time. So yeah, any tips and tricks would be very much appreciated, but I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into this project this year. It has been so lovely to have a really solid excuse to get outside. And now comes my favourite part of a Sunday, which is being able to just curl up by the fire with another good book. That definitely seems to be my routine as of late. If you are new here, then welcome, or if you are a returning subscriber, then I just wanted to say I am very grateful for all of you who are here in our tiny little community. Please don't forget to hit subscribe, and I can't wait to see you again next Sunday. Stay happy and blessed be.